He came alive from nothing. He became aware from unawareness. He smelled the air of the night and heard the trees whispering on the embankment above him, and the breeze that had set the trees to whispering came down to him and felt him over with soft and tender fingers, for all the world as if it were examining him for broken bones or contusions and abrasions. He sat up and put both his palms down upon the ground beside him to help him sit erect, and stared into the darkness. Memory came slowly, and when it came it was incomplete and answered nothing. His name was Henderson James, and he was a human being, and he was sitting somewhere on a planet that was called the Earth. He was 36 years old, and he was, in his own way, famous and comfortably well off. He lived in an old ancestral home on Summit Avenue, which was a respectable address even if it had lost some of its smartness in the last 20 years or so. On the road above the slope of the embankment a car went past with its tires whining on the pavement, and for a moment its headlights made the treetops glow. Far away, muted by the distance, a whistle cried out, and somewhere else a dog was barking with a flat viciousness. His name was Henderson James, and if that were true, why was he here? Why should Henderson James be sitting on the slope of an embankment, listening to the wind in the trees, and to a wailing whistle and a barking dog? Something had gone wrong. Some incident that, if he could but remember it, might answer all his questions. There was a job to do. He sat and stared into the night, and found that he was shivering, although there was no reason why he should, for the night was not that cold. Beyond the embankment he heard the sounds of a city late at night, the distant whine of the speeding car, and the far-off wind-broken screams of a siren. Once a man walked along a street close by, and James sat listening to his footsteps until they faded out of hearing. Something had happened, and there was a job to do. A job that he had been doing. A job that somehow had been strangely interrupted by the inexplicable incident which had left him lying here on this embankment. He checked himself. Clothing, shorts and shirt, strong shoes, his wristwatch, and the gun in the holster at his side. A gun? The job involved a gun. He had been hunting in the city, hunting something that required a gun, something that was prowling in the night, and a thing that must be killed.